Ahoy there, mateys. Cougar here with a quick guide to longline fishing in ships at sea. A few things you're going to want and need before we leave the dock. First thing you're going to need, obviously, is a fishing boat like Flippy here. Then we're going to head over to the tackle and tool store. The next thing you're going to need is a hook, so purchase one of those. Make sure that it goes into your personal inventory, not your boat inventory. We're also going to have to go to the fishery, which is way down here, so I'll meet you there. Okay, we made it to the fishery. Now we're going to purchase some bait. Shrimp is a good kind of all-around bait. You're probably going to want at least one, well, just call it one 20-kilogram block of bait. And we're going to purchase some long lining gear. This is up to you in terms of how long you want to spend out there and how much you're hoping to get out of it. I usually go with 3 2,500 hook lines. Okay, now that we are aboard Flippy, you can see that we've got our 3 buckets of long line here, and then we have our bait in our inventory, in our player inventory, along with our hook. So we can open the map and find some fish to fish. The fish are pretty far away. There are a couple down here. There are a couple more up here, and you see that when you hover over them, it tells you what kind of fish you have a chance of pulling out of there. We're going to head to this one down here with lots of cod in it. Now that we are sure that we have everything that we're going to need, it might be a good idea to save your game here with a manual save because the game is still in early access and there are glitches and crashes. So save here at dock. Okay, we are getting closer to the fishing grounds. We're basically there, as you can see. You can tell that you're getting close when the yellow icon changes into these these brown orange icons that give you a little bit more detail on what is where. So haddock, salmon, cod, and catfish. A couple of things you want to do at this point. First of all, you want to go look at the mini map on the lower left-hand corner, change that to your sonar with K, and turn it on with J. We're not getting any sonar hits just yet, but this gives us an opportunity to kind of map out our route here. We'll do a little zigzaggy pattern here, and we want the distance to be about 2.5 kilometers because that's how long our lines are. So 2.5 kilometers that way, then 2.5 kilometers, well, that's 3, but we can move that to 2.5 kilometers this way, and then back again 2.5 kilometers maybe this way. Have to move that. There we go. So that seems like a good central area for our fishing for the time being, but that may change when we actually start getting some hits on sonar. So I'll be back when that happens. Okay, if you look at the sonar in the lower left-hand corner, you can see that we are starting to get some hits now. So let's stop the boat. And we can drop our first long line. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our inventory, select the shrimp bait, use E to get it on the hooks, and then pick up the bucket with E and place the bucket with E again. And now we're going to cast our long line. The speed doesn't really matter. You can go as fast as you like as far as I've seen. The faster you go, the faster the line will deploy, obviously. All right, the first line is deployed. I'm going to stop the boat for a second before we put out our second long line. Just to mention that you can pick up these buoys from either end. So you see that we've got 2 markers now, one for the start and one for the end of the long line. And you can start your hauling from either end. Okay, all 3 lines are out. We're going to stop the boat, go back into the cockpit, use the clock to rest for 14 hours. All right, next morning, it's time to start hauling these in. Here comes the tricky part. So we're going to find one of the buoys. There's a buoy right there behind us. Now, getting that buoy in these high seas is going to be very, very challenging. Incredibly challenging, in fact. Okay, we might be able to get it from here. So we'll go outside and no buoy found a haul. We're a little bit too far. There it is. Oh, there it is. All right, we got the buoy. All right, cool. Now it's hauling in automatically. We just need to hook the fish off it as it comes in. Now this hauling in of the lines is a representation of hauling in the entire line. We're not going to haul in 2.5 kilometers worth of line and pull off 2.5 kilometers worth of fish. Every fish that we retrieve off of this line represents, I don't know, a few hundred fish in our hold. Oh, it's going under the boat now, which is going to be tricky. We'll still see the fish when it comes up, but nah, I think we missed that one. We didn't pull that one off. Yeah, it's messy because the line's going under the boat now. Just to mention, because I encountered this glitch in August of 2024 early access, there is a glitch where if your personal inventory is full when you buy a hook, it goes into the boat inventory and then you cannot use it to pull in fish. So just to mention that, make sure that you have a slot empty in your personal inventory when you go to buy the hook. And again, we're not going to be hooking 2,500 fish here. It's usually just 5 or 6. And then we can go on to the next line. You don't have to move the boat. The boat is stationary now. It'll just winch the line in regardless. It is still winching. I'm not sure why we're not seeing many fish. Here comes one. I don't think we got that one either. Yeah, these high seas are making this really, really challenging. Plus, with the line going under the boat. Got that one. Okay, that was it. We're done with this line. Now we can move on to the next one, which is down here. All right, all our lines are in. Let's take a look at what we've got in the boat. We've got almost 6.8 tons of catfish, another 24 tons, another 31 tons, 2.2 tons of haddock, another 7.2, another 9.9 tons of haddock. So that should be a good haul when we get back to the port. In order to get back to the port, if you want to fast travel there, you can always call for assistance by going to your inventory, clicking on the handheld radio, using it, and accepting a tow. The cost is going to be extensive here, 31,000 krona to get us back to port. So I'm just going to sail back and I'll meet you guys back there. We'll see how much money we earned from these fish. All right, we're back at the fishery. Let's see how much money we made. We are going to sell all fish. It's about 700,000 kroner worth of fish there. Now that is less than the close to 1 million I predicted, but we did miss a few of the hooking the fish off the line. We missed 2 of those on the way in because the seas were so heavy. But there you go.